Hell, hello everyone. Welcome to a special edition Flying with Mike. Happy Memorial Day, everyone. And as the stream said in the beginning, hey, we'll pull it up again. Here we go. To everyone who gave it all, thank you. I know you're not here to say thank you to, but thank you to those that did give it all and those still with us who gave everything they have and are still with us. Folks, this is Memorial Day, the day in which those who have gone before us, those who have fought gallantly for our freedoms, uh, we remember and we say thank you. Not only to them, but those of their families, their spouses, children that live on with their memory. And, you don't have to serve in the military for this to be a very special, solemn day. I mean, everyone gives their all for God and country in serving God. So, I, again, can't say it enough. Thank you so much for all that you've given us. And today, to help us remember those, I'm doing a special flight from Philadelphia to Reagan National, Washington, D.C. Took me a little bit to figure out, had to talk with the CEO to figure out what flight would be good. And then once that came together, I knew this plane from Millennium Aviation Company had to lead the charge. So again, thank you all for your service, those who gave it all in battle, those heroes, to those who came home still struggling, still in battle, either in their mind or physically. All I can say to you is thank you so much for your um, uh, sacrifice that you gave, and to those families, the sacrifice you gave in burning that midnight oil, that light to keep shining for those heroes and those who came home. So we are sitting on the line here at Charlie 21 in Philadelphia. Now, oddly enough, a new scenery came out, and you all know here at Flying with Mike, I try not to put new sceneries in, but boy, I could not pass this one up. Folks, this is Philadelphia. A few bucks, but oh my gosh, is it great. From the little bit that we've seen of it here is all I've really seen of it, other than the screenshots. Folks, head over to the Orc store, or just do a Google search like I did. KPHL XP12 scenery. Poof. Doesn't cost a lot, but boy, is it outstanding. All right, so like I said, we're flying the Zibo 737, and this ought to be just a grand flight. Folks, it's a short flight, short hop. That's the goal here, folks. We're also, the beginning of summer unofficially starts today. And your cookouts, your celebrations, and thoughts to those who gave it all for us. We don't want to take too much of your time. So that's why I chose this nice, it's about an hour flight, but it's technically, most of the American Airlines and other airlines that fly down do it under an hour. So, and we're going to do that. So don't look for ATC. We are flying this completely out of their touch. I want to fly the rivers approach. Actually, it'll be the RNAV into Reagan, and invariably they'll say, oh, nope, we come in the other way. So we're going right down, passing the mall in the Pentagon, right into Reagan. Sorry, no scenery for Reagan, other than the great scenery that comes with X-Plane. So that's, I think, enough we need to do here on the ground, other than let's just marvel at what they came up with. There's two others, a red and a white tail. And folks, they are magnificent. I mean, just looking up. Now, the reason my gates don't work here, folks, is I don't have the SAM simulated simulation scenery animated manager, however that's said. So that's why they don't work. Same thing in St. Louis, so no biggie. But man, what a plane. So let's get on up here. And you know what? Let's pre-brief real quick and let's head off, shall we? We're on the clock with Mac Air. I've already started the ACARS, so make this kind of short and sweet, if you will. But hopefully full of information. Okay. As you can see, it's not a long run at all, folks. Basically from Philadelphia down here to Washington, D.C. Well, let's just look at the loadout. We got 175 veterans on board heading down on a memorial flight. I forget the name of these flights, but they run them constantly out of St. Louis. Gotta love them. Thank you, folks, for those. 35,000 pounds of payload and 12,600 pounds of go-go juice. 20,000 is what we're shooting for. Cost index of 50. All right, folks, so let's close it up and let's get after it. But first, with this, we're going to take a look at our flight. And yes, I did include DQO. Okay, so we're taking off from here in Philadelphia. Here's where we sit, he says, and it's not wanting to scroll. Or why? That's weird. Oh, there it goes. All right, so we're in C21. We're going to push back. I think we're just going to push back, face south, and then come out here at 9, taxi down Juliet, all the way to Kilo 6 to Whiskey and take off. Now, we are going to fly. Let me see if we actually have it. The Philadelphia 2 departure. And really, folks, more aimed at the 27s. But basically, we're going to climb on to our heading assigned, which in our case, runway heading. And then we'll make a right turn to go direct to the point DQO VOR, and then on course. All right, so basically it'll look like this. We'll make our right turn heading to DQO, and then we'll get on course. Now, again, since we're such a short flight, I think it'd be prudent, just go ahead, let's talk it through our arrival. And it's in the FMC kind of weird because they really don't set it up right. I don't get it, but it is what it is. So technically this starts at Medina, way up here, which we're not going to, we could have started there actually, made the left-hand turn and gone to Medina, then down. But instead we're coming in at DQO, which will then send us to CLIPR, and then we join it at CLIPR. So Baltimore, Eyes, Ed, Wood, Megs, Nails, or Nyes, sorry, my bad. Okay, that's our arrival. Real quick, we do have a D-ATIS down there. We're not going to check it because this is a few days before Memorial Day, and if we looked at it now, they'd probably tell us, you don't come in that way today. Well, we are. Runway 1's what we're heading for here. So over Eyes, we head to, I'm sorry, 19, Eyes to Edwood, then to Megs, then to Nays, and then Nays will be heading to Fergie. That's where we join it. Actually, I'm going to probably get us to altitude, get us slowed, make the gentle turn over to Fergie, and come in on it that way. And if you're not familiar with this arrival into Reagan, folks, you come basically following the river in between massive no-fly zone over the Washington, D.C. mall. No, folks, it's not a shopping mall. It's where all the monuments and all the historical stuff is of Washington, D.C. So we stay away from it so our jet noise doesn't crumble things. But we also have to avoid the Pentagon. So we fly the river and at a certain point turn for the runway and land. And oh, by the way, it's a short runway. So you gotta really be fully configured, ready for it. Okay, because like I said, because Megs to Nays will be where we're gonna make the turn to Fergie. But first, real quick, here's our D-ATIS and frequencies would we be online we could possibly run into. Run an RNAV. Final approach. And I'm here to tell you folks, it's about a quarter to at the most a half mile. 187 degrees. I'm dead serious on this one, folks. It's unreal. CTOC is located here. We got to be at 1,500 feet on and coming down. Okay, decision altitude 491 feet or 478 feet above the ground. Anything less than that, we can't shoot the approach. Okay, we got to go to the LDA, which starts further and tracks down with glide slope and all to get us a little lower. Not much, but a little. Authorization required, all of that good stuff to be able to fly stuff like this. This is one of those fun, tricky RNAVs, like we did a few weeks ago over in KaiTak. It's the same kind of deal, except you don't do an almost 180 in like you do at KaiTak. I know it's less than, but you get the point. More like Juno coming down. If you're into clouds, ooh, gets kind of tricky. And then you make the turn for the runway. Here's our descent. Derek. Derek is here. Fergie is 3,000. We're descending on this path. Okay. And then we've got to have RNIP of 11 on the plane and a DH of 491 or 478. Either of those, that's where we decide yay or nay. And that's where we decide yay or nay if we can shoot the approach. But yay or nay on landing. If we hit that, can't see it, go around. 1.5 mile visibility. That one catches people off guard. You can get in kind of close to this one. So, all right, so I wanted to go through all of this now because, folks, 46 minutes of flying goes really quick. So with all of that, let's wrap up the checklist. We'll give you the quick highlights of where we're at right now. We have got the battery, the standby power. We're ready to fire up the APU, basically. Cab, all our checks are done. The FMC is ready to go on this route. And let me just get you down to it real quick. And there we go. Okay, there's our performance, 130.0, 12.7 on the fuel, 7.8. Our N1 is takeoff 1 with a 35-degree selected temperature to derate. We'll climb at climb 1. I know that's a little hard, but I want to make 20 so we can get back down quickly. Takeoff, flaps 1, 19.4 CG. We are looking at a V1 of 143, 144, 151. QRH off, so all we have visible are these. We're again flying with Millennium Aviation, and folks, check them out. They are a phenomenal group. I will hopefully remember to put their link in the notes below. All right, but real quick, you know, I can help you in finding them. Let me first, you know what? Let's get rid of Sim Toolkit here. Let you see this. Okay, then I'm going to bring up Mac Air. And here is who you're looking for. Millennium Aviation Company, Mac Air, and they're a really good bunch of people, folks. They've got a ton, just about every aircraft out there you can fly that's in the sim. In any color you want, you'll see them listed off. They're working on updating the website and this program here. They have a whole new one they're beta testing right now. Once I get the word it's cleared, I'll bring it on board with my streams. Also, one last thing before we get this firecracker lit here. We do live streams. I'm not sure for how much longer. We're having a lot of troubles with our program. But for now, it's down in the notes, Twitch. Feel free to look at in the notes or at Twitch our flight schedule. And feel free to come up on Twitch, chat with us, let us know what you think. And hey, like and subscribe us there. I'm sorry, follow us there, subscribe us here. It's the same thing. You're just wanting to be able to watch more. All right. So with all of that said, folks, I say it's time to get this thing out of here. All right, here's our fuel payload, 1 pound shy. Oh my gosh, who got rid of that pound? So, but there's our fuel load. And we'll go back. The takeoff doesn't really do what I want it to do yet here. And that's not me making this airplane. I'm really hoping that one day ZIBO's work group is able to get that functioning to give us our performance. For now, I use another program called TopCat. It's a payware program. You can also get it bundled with Professional Flight Planner, so the two work together, but you don't have to. And that's what I use to get my V speeds today. Excuse me. Oh, there we go. Just got to start coughing. All right. And
ladies and gentlemen, front flight deck, we'd like to add a welcome board. Anticipate possibly some light bumps or some choppy airs. We climb out as a precaution, keep our flight attendants seated for a few minutes. Make sure we know, what that ride's going to be like before they get up. Also appreciate it if everyone would remain in our seats during that time. Thanks for being with us today.
all right, just wanted to get that message off real quick. And again, that wasn't the one I wanted. Happy Memorial Day again to those that gave it all. We are so blessed for the nation we have. Some abuse it, some don't even realize what they have. But we thank you no matter what, that what you did for this country and all that you gave and the massive sacrifices your family gave in support of you. All right, we're buttoning up the aircraft right now. Oh, I got to put the ladder up first. All right, and let's get after it, shall we? Again, give you kind of a look at the scenery, folks. Actually, I'll give you one other little teaser. Y'all can go look at the screenshots. Right over in here, if you know what you're looking for, you're gonna see the New York or the Pacific SEPTA. Pacific. Oh my Lord! How about Philadelphia, Pennsylvania SEPTA system that runs from Philadelphia up to New York City, and it comes out here. You can kind of see it in the distance there. I'll kind of point it out right through there, but it cuts through here. Oh, what a treat this is. I know somebody that flew out of here regularly. My father is a airline pilot for Allegheny in the Dash 8s, not U.S. Airways. Allegheny, one of their um, commuters at the time. So, but anyway, he'll really get a kick out of this scenery. So, all right, folks, we're buttoned up. We're ready to go. Let me just make sure I've got all my last minute checklist items completed. And then we're going to head on out of here. The sun is in the right location, and this is going to be a fun takeoff, I can already tell. All right, so flight director's on. Auto throttle remains off. Indicated airspeed, we're going for 151 on takeoff, so climb out, we'll do it around 161. We're on runway 87 is our heading. Okay. And we're going up to the blistering altitude of 20,000 feet. Again, no ATC, unlimited climb. Well, to a point. Sorry, folks, not going to do a full all-out fighter takeoff. Okay. All right, let me get down here. Down here. All right. All right, we are ready to go. Let's get better pushback in here and let's light this thing up.
Hey, Captain, let me know where you want this thing.
You know what I'll do? Instead, we're gonna have to do it the hard way. Take a little longer, but you know what, folks? In the end, oh, there was a, hang on. About like that.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
Beacons on. All right. Okay, y'all dampers can come on now. Oh, hang on a second. Okay, spoilers down, flaps down. Flaps up, I should say. Stape trim set, and passengers are on board. Folks, we are ready to go. All right, for starting the ZIBO aircraft, folks, if you have the PMDG aircraft, if you haven't figured this out yet, this is identical. It's just not identical.
All right, looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
Cleared to connect. It's not, so it is a whole different build, but boy, did they do a phenomenal job on this. Okay, in order to start, folks, packs off. Ooh, you know what? We got to kick over the APU. I just happened to look down and go, wait, the APU's not even on. Okay, we're cranking that up.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Tow's connected, bypass pins inserted. Go and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
We shall hear momentarily. And all we're doing now is waiting for it to settle back down around 4 to 5, somewhere in there. Again, hope y'all are having a great day. And don't forget those that gave it all for you to have this great day. All right, let's get off the chocks are off. That's the one thing I like about ZIBO and Flight Factor. If you forgot, they get rid of them. But we're going to look outside just once to make sure they are gone. Okay, let's do it.
Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
All right, starting up number 2. Waiting for 17, but no higher than 25 to introduce fuel. Fuel will go when you see these numbers rising, and that is, well, your turbine temperature. Called the EGT here, engine gas temperature. I think it's a little fast on the power up, but again, I have not seen many 737s where I work, so I'm not 100% sure. I know the Airbuses seem to be getting closer and closer to what we see out there. All right, we're just about finished here, and we'll basically be taxiing out there to our holding point before we head for the taxiway. Nowadays, we do a single engine taxi. I just don't want to go through the full procedure of getting that started.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
Brake set.
And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
Get number 1 going while he's doing that. All right, there we got a light off. Let's go ahead and release him. Okay, it looks like we're stable.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the right. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
All right. Let's go ahead. Waiting to see the pin. He'll stand about right here. All right, we acknowledged we saw the pins. All right, so engine 1, engine 2, we're off the gens. System A on. All right, let's switch the valve up here to Gen 1. Yaw damper on. Probe heats on. Don't think we're going to need anti-ice left and right packs. And we'll turn off our APU, making sure we're off. Okay, oop, there we go. And there you go, taxis, flaps 1. What else do we need? Taxi lights, and we're ready to go, folks, for taxi. And takeoff real quick. We'll put these to continues, being the start switches. And we'll set the auto brake to reject, which is all the way down, and turn off position lights. ATCT set. We're set for the runway heading. Here we go. Brakes off, taxi lights on. Clear left. Clearing right. All right, and at this airport, folks, those are really good checks. The ground traffic alone is unreal, let alone the aircraft traffic. Go. Gonna start the first officer's time just in case I forget mine. And Philadelphia ground, American 388 taxi 29 left. And American 388 copies, taxi to runway 9 left, line up and wait. Boy, don't pilots wish they could get that one. Okay, one last run. Okay, we're going out via Whiskey instead of Victor or Juliet. I can't remember which one it was. Take it all the way down. We're going to taxiway Whiskey. Okay, final checks complete. Lower cam blank. First off, I do want to check something. I'm just taking in the scenery, folks. Holy mackerel. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get that SAM program for XP12. Holy Toledo. Okay, we're almost there. Final checks. One run, auto brakes, reject, spoilers. We don't arm in this plane like we do the Airbus. Flaps are 1, gear 3 green. And go ahead and get the retractables out, but we're not lighting them yet. Okay, yaw damper set, everything else good up here, we're ready. And tower, American 388's ready to go at the end. Roger, clear for takeoff, 9 left, Philadelphia 2 departure to 2 point. Okay, this plane, to get the strobes on, you go up. Let me get that beacon back on. Okay, he said cleared for takeoff, so
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Alright folks, we're cleared for takeoffs. Flight attendants are in their seats, and honor flight was the word I was looking for. Brakes off. knots.
80 knots.
Cross check good.
Rotate. V1, rotate.
V2.
Positive rate.
Gears up.
Gear up.
$1,000.
I'm not 100%. Oh, I know why that happened. Oh my gosh. It's the last place I'd have expected that, folks. I'll explain in a second. Give me, let me get the autopilot on. Mac Air has a feature. Pause on top of descent 50 miles out. We're 50 miles. Oh my goodness, I would have never guessed that one. Holy mackerel. Alright, flaps are coming up. And Roger, direct to coin, or to point. American 388. That was a left turn, correct? American 388, left turn to point. What I want to do is we're going to go ahead. Let's bring this thing around so we're kind of downwind to Philadelphia. I prefer the upwind side to the city, but you know. Just kidding. Sorry folks, bad joke, I know. Wow, you can see it. Look how well that is defined. We're going to be in the clouds beforehand. That's okay. It's kind of hoping to get a visual of it as we go by. All right, let's get on our direct. Okay, and we are flaps up. Let's see, brake set off. And let's see, engine starts. We'll keep them in continuous because things are going to happen really quick. And with the 10,000 foot call, landing lights off. All right, we are on our way, folks. Welcome aboard Flight 838, honor flight to Washington, D.C. for Memorial Day.
Aviator MasterCard is another great way to earn miles for everyday purchases and enjoy benefits such as your first checked bag free, preferred boarding, and no foreign transaction fees. Not an Aviator card member? See a flight attendant and receive an exclusive offer when you apply in flight.
A little chop up here today.
Shortly.
All right, how far will we go before top of descent? Oh, wow, we're going to get past CLIPR. I think that's right. All right, well, we don't have Trish, so we'll call CLIPR no higher than 12,000. Actually, let's first work on the one we do know. Baltimore, 10,000. Okay. And is there a speed? Okay, that'll work. All right, there's our length of time. So what I am going to do, let's go ahead and clear our flight attendants for a quick beverage service. Soon as we put DuPont in our back pocket, I'm going to turn off fasten seatbelt. And as soon as CLIPR comes up, we will get it back on. That way our passengers would be able to get up, stretch, get back down if they needed to use the restrooms. From then on, it's sorry, folks. Okay. 8 miles, top of climb.
18,000 feet.
Okay, seatbelt signs coming off. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We have leveled off we are turning the seatbelt sign off. We have not leveled off yet. We'll hear shortly. We ask that you use the lavatories one at a time, and we are going to be turning the seatbelt sign off probably in the next 15 minutes. So, thank you for flying American. This would normally be a shuttle flight.
Thousand to go.
Okay, top of climb. Top of drop in about We're showing 10 miles. So let's do a quick.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So we're level to our initial cruise altitude, expecting a fairly smooth ride today. We have the seatbelt sign turned off, and while you're seated, we do ask that you keep your seatbelt fastened about you at all times in case you encounter unexpected bumpy air. And we do thank you for flying with us on American.
All right. I let him do all the good stuff. Okay, CLIPR I set to 12,000, correct? Yes. Set that up here. All right, and let's get our takeoff data in. Real quick, sent off. How bad's this landing gonna be? Actually, it's calm winds, so we should be fine. Anti-ice, we're gonna go auto land with a max 3. Let's see what it gives us. 647 feet of runway. Woo, doggy. Going to math 3. May take it to max. Actually, that was flaps 42. Holy mackerel. Wow. All right. So we're going to program everything up now. This will be a flap 40 arrival. I don't know if a flap 3 would work. What's our landing weight right now? 140 for 138. The flight plan itself said $138.4. So let's go with it. Now, we could, and we'll do that as soon as we start down. Let's go to descent. Descend now.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we are descending. Seatbelt sign is on. If you happen to be up and about, please return your seat. Keep your seatbelt fastened for the remainder of the flight. On behalf of the flight crew, we appreciate you being with us today. Wish you a very safe and pleasant journey to your final destination. Hope to see you back here with us soon. Thank you.
Okay, so now what I'd like to do, let's go over here real quick, go to fuel, landing performance. We're going to be doing 40, runway 9. Wind. Where's Top Cat?
18,000 feet.
140 at 5. Outside air temperature 23. And a barometric pressure 30.7. Off, brakes. 3, nones. Okay, and landing weight, we're going to go with 138.4. Okay. Woo. Auto brake 3 puts us almost to the end. And there you got the numbers, folks. 143, 1,600, almost 1,700 meters of runway. I wish we could get it in feet, but it is what it is. All right, folks. I'm actually going to leave that. All right, let's get the altimeter set. Okay. What did we say for the RNAV? We need 478.
That's go.
Okay, let's get down to 10. All right, there we go, folks. We are already down to 12,000 at CLIPR. Working our way to Baltimore, which will be 10,250. We're going to be at 240, just a little cushion, not much. And our RNAV is already showing up, folks. The key, like I said, folks, to doing this is, man, you got to be at 3,000 at Fergie, descending down to 17 or 26, then 1,500, and then have that runway in sight. All right, so let's do it. Now you can kind of see the approach right here, and we'll cut over. Like I said, somewhere before Nays, we'll cut over to Fergie and get on the arrival.
Thousand to go.
Okay, let's get into our landing checks. Okay, altimeter and courses are set, V card set, minimum set, flaps will start in here shortly. Okay, we can pull the brakes off. Okay, there's Baltimore. Go ahead and descend us down to 5,000.
feet.
Okay, that's about where I want us to be at 5, and then we'll come down to 3 to cut over to Fergie and get on the arrival. So again, nice short, sweet flight, folks. Special edition here at Flying with Mike, tribute to Memorial Day and to all that gave it all the greatest sacrifices out there, and to the families of those who gave it all. So let me get some speed brakes here before we get into an overspeed. It will be at 210 at this mark here. Probably going to slow us to 220 here. Outskirts of town. Sun's over here, but still nice. Nice scenery, lovely clouds with X-Plane 12. Folks, even though it's a tribute flight, I am gonna let you know I highly recommend this ZIBO aircraft. If you are a Microsoft person coming over to X-Plane, this is PMDG quality, undeniably. It's equal to, if not in some cases better. PMDG is in some cases better than this. So the two equally balance out as just outright phenomenal sims. Or aircraft for their respective sims. And I also cannot highly recommend X-Plane. Oh, and the one thing about ZIBO that is better than PMDG hands down, folks, you get that quality for the low cost of free. So can't say that about PMDG. Anyway, on we go. See what we can see out the window here. Yeah, there's the Capitol Mall area. That's the river we're flying down, folks. So I'll get a look out this one, hopefully. All right, that's the Potomac, folks, right there. And just saw the famous Washington, D.C. Mall. We're now level. And let's first get our heading squared away. Square away our speed as well. Slow us to 200. Dropping to 3,000. All right, so, and I can't, again, this is undeniably some of the best software I've ever seen. Second, if second only to the TOLUS products, A319, A320 Neo, A321 and 21 Neo. And I don't even know much about the 340-600 they have, but I'll lay odds it's right there with their quality. So, but that's a payware item. But for free? Oh man. Folks, you just can't beat ZIBO. Now granted, it's only the 800, you know, but wow. Much more I could show, but such a short flight can't. Plus I'm now pretty much, I could get very quiet now, folks, so bear with. Why don't we do this? We'll just take it as a time of a silent reflection of those who gave as we bring it into Reagan National.
2500.
Gear down.
And Reagan Tower, American 388, approximately 3 miles from Fergie, inbound the RNIP for runway 19 Rivers. Clear to land, runway 19, American 388.
Thousand to go. Thousand to go.
$1,000.
That's our runway. Gear down, brake set, flaps 40, spoilers are okay.
Approaching minimums.
500,
Minimum.
400, 300, 200, 100,
50.
50, 40, 30,
20.
20, 10.
Knots.
Welcome to Reagan National, folks. Let's go past the runway here. And National Tower, American 388, off at Alpha to the gate. Forgot what gate I'm going to. Roger, to the gate, American 388. Hang on a second. Okay, let's see, we'll get this up. Radar we don't have to worry about. Let's go. All right, and a quick check. Folks, we flew that in 34 minutes. All right, let's go to Echo 50, shall we? Reagan ground, American 388, off of runway 19, taxiing to gate Echo 50. Echo 50 for American 388. Did I turn that switch? No, I didn't. Okay. All right, APU is up and running. Let's do some quick make sures. All right, landing roll flaps, probe heats can come off. That's a good thing. Stabe trim, we need that at 4. Looks like that's where it's. Unfortunately, I have yet to find any good scenery for Washington, D.C.'s Reagan. I think the default looks pretty doggone good, don't get me wrong. But would love to find something that improves upon this airport. I have to say, U.S. Airways gates, American now has, well, actually it's the same airline, but anyway, it cracked me up with how they have these long extending tubes and all. Oh man, quite interesting to say the least. Okay, we're in the stand. All right, real quick, parking brake APU gens on. Bleed air on. Okay. Shut them down. All right, real quick run through fuel pumps, window heaters. Okay, hang on. Generators, fasten seat belts can go off. Okay. Actually, I think this side, folks, is for commuters, not us. But, you know, hey, why not us? All right, so chocks, GPU doors. Okay, and then home, unload. All right, folks, we are arrived at our destination. Welcome into Washington, D.C. It's been a privilege to fly today for you all. Even though it's not Memorial Day when this was actually flown, we are releasing it on Memorial Day. So again, thank you for taking a little part of your day out for us, about an hour and a half or so. Let's wrap this up real quick. Not a bad landing at all by Mac Air standards. Just under 300 feet a minute. And love it when we get an error, folks. Stand by. Okay, now what's going? Okay, it recorded it. Okay, we'll trust that it did, and I'd like to see what we did. So hang on a second. I'm just going, oh, I went to the wrong page. Cargo charter, Pyreps. Okay, 293. All right, that's what we got. All right, just wanted to make sure everything came across right with the error. All right, so what we're going to do here, let me get some toolkit up here for you all. We're going to recap the landing real quick, go back, watch it, and call it a night. And well, actually call it a day for you all. For me, it's a night. And hope you all have a great Memorial Day. All right, you can see the flight here. We just got to finish the flight, clicking OK. And then we'll come here and we'll watch it. Okay, a nice gentle turn. We were hoping to see Philly. And you can see this nice raggedy line for our approach. See how it follows the river in? And I got a little close over here. I should have probably came more down here, but we had a little wibble wobble to come in, but you know what? It was a great approach, so I can't really complain. Now, we'll look at it anyway. Hopefully the sim will let us. 172 feet a minute, sim toolkit got us at 134 knots, so we're right at that VREF speed. That was good. Let's look at the whole landing report. Okay, you can already tell I'm going to be happy. Those of you accustomed to flying with Mike, I like what I saw already. However, I know some people are going to be watching this for the first time in aviation and not understanding that this runway tells them a lot. First off, this white line from there on down the runway here, that's where is the threshold. From there forward, you're in the landing zone. That landing zone, let me kind of zoom out. First off, this runway is only 7,000 feet long. So you got to be careful to get it in this landing zone. You get past it, you run the risk of water down here or worse, the grass. Each of these marks, folks, are 500 feet down to runway, letting you know, one, how much you used, and if you start seeing them down here and you're still speeding along, might want to do a Fred Flintstone and stick your feet out to stop the plane. All right, this big pad, for those unfamiliar, that is the visual cue when you get lined up, we're working to touch down on. You only have about a half mile to work with, folks. We can do it so long as you're in that box coming down and around. You should be able to hit it. Above, below, well, below you should hit it, but above you may end up long. And you can see they do end up long here. We touch down right on the south edge of it, folks. That is a great touchdown spot. Let's see, what do we got? 1,165 feet down, 2 feet to the right of the center line, folks. That's almost the sweet spot. I mean, so close. Look at the numbers. Should have been a couple degrees higher on that nose. We'll take it. 172, 134, and a little thump on the landing. But you know what? We got to wake the passengers up. What do they think this is? A bus? All right, now the fun part. Hopefully. All right, we are getting rid of Sim Toolkit. Let me take a look outside the plane, please. Make sure I get rid of the chocks and that. Okay. So we'll first off, before I do anything, we are on the EPU. Okay, good. So I can get rid of external power with no problem. Chocks, button her up. Get rid of the jetway, let it pull away. All right, here we go, folks. Now, first off, real quick, what I'm getting ready to do is called replay mode. That is actually a function within X-Plane that comes with it out of the box. No need to go look for a program, download it, install it. Then, more importantly, once you have it installed and you're flying, start it at the point where you want your replays to go. A lot of steps involved. For me, if it works, and we're in sort of a beta and sort of not. So sometimes it's going to work, sometimes it doesn't. X-Plane 11, I haven't had it fail yet. Just click toggle replay. This is what we look for. Then we hope it goes backwards. And I think it may not. Well, darn. Sometimes it surprises me, folks. That's why I'm hesitant to call it off yet. But I'm right now pretty sure it isn't going to work. Oh well, but that's unfortunately one of the hiccups with X-Plane 12. They're working on it. Hopefully they'll get it fixed here soon, that it works. X-Plane 11, I don't ever have any troubles putting the replay mode in, no matter where I am. All right. So, folks, while we wait for it to either crash the desktop or actually work, I want to thank you for being a part of Flying with Mike. Down in the bottom there, click subscribe and ring that bell. We'd love to have you aboard on other flights. Also, down in the notes, you'll see Twitch. If you click there, head over to our Twitch channel, look at the About, and you'll see our flight schedule during the week. And feel free to join us on Twitch. All you got, it's a free registration, folks. And you can join us and enjoy our live streams. I have alluded there could be a chance I may be stopping those. This actually went flawlessly with OBS, so I'm loving it. But I just wanted to throw that out there for y'all. Well, folks, I am going to go ahead and wrap this up. I haven't got to crash the desktop, and I'm not sure how long it's going to take. So I hope y'all have a great Memorial Day. Remember why we have this day, folks. So many of you out there really don't even know why. It is to remember those we've lost. Mainly armed forces, our soldiers and all that we've lost from mainly World War I on, but folks, we take it all the way back to today. And we also remember those that gave sacrifices to this country. And then we have included everyone who has passed. Folks, they gave. They gave in many ways. Some I know we could say didn't, but you know what? It's a day to remember. It's Remembrance Day. And to our soldiers who gave it all and their families, God bless you. Thank you so much for the freedoms you all gave us. And may you all have a great Memorial Day. Thank you for being a part of Flying with Mike's special flight today to everyone who did give it all to this country and those still giving it all right now, serving in the armed forces. Thank you. Without them, you wouldn't have the freedoms you have to do nothing in some of you, and in others, other things. But they gave you those freedoms. They fought with their blood to give you those freedoms. So I think you could take a second or two to say thank you, say a prayer, and enjoy the rest of your Memorial Day. God bless you all. From Flying with Mike here, we'll see you on the next flight.